Good morning, comrade. You listen to BHIVLP New Orleans 102.3. This is Good Morning, Comrade. Jeff and Robert here on the show. This is going to be the first episode of 2026, actually.
Yeah. Oh, 2026. That's right.
Yeah,
That
first
doesn't feel
one.
that doesn't feel real at all.
No, and especially considering like how much of a fucking monster 2025
Brother.
was.
We are in deep Mega Man 2000X territory. I would
Yeah.
say
20XX.
deep fucking gras out here. Speaking of Mardi Gras coming up, no,
It's not even the year hasn't even started yet.
yeah, it's bad out here, brother. You were asking me before we started recording. I figured we should just start recording. Like, how you doing? And the answer is not great. Like my car, and it's just the same thing. I don't have anything special to complain about. That's why it feels weird. It feels like it's the same thing that everybody is going through, like of all age brackets. Like, it's just not being able to afford to live, and I'm living good. Like, I'm not hungry. I'm not going to. I bought a $17 soup and salad the other day. It still sucked ass, but like I had the money for it. I'm not standing in food pantry lines. The bills, even though like it's leaving me broke, are still getting paid. I'm complaining about a 2-car household when one of the cars is down that I've already thrown $5,000 into fixing, and it's like it feels like I just lit money on fire. It's like at least if I went to the track or something, I'd have a good story.
Oh yeah, it's
like
even if you do have 2 cars and one of them's busted, that's like almost worse than just having 1 car because then you have the time, the attention, and the money suck of trying to get that one fixed.
Yeah. Drove up to Ohio to visit my parents. I didn't really want to go. My wife wanted to go. It's not like I'm blaming her or anything. You should go see your parents. I did watch one of those, like, or at least I got a clip of it. Not lately, but I did get one of those really dumb like fake podcasts, but it was good, like on TikTok or something. It was a long time ago, but it stuck in my head. It was just like, well, like if you're a grown adult away from your parents, you have to like really start thinking in terms of like how many times are you going to see your parents. And it's like really not a lot when you think about it before they die. So yeah, it's good to go, but I was still gave myself an ulcer like driving up there in my wife's car. Dependable Honda, by the way. Like, she has a Honda Fit that looks worse. I mean, I'm only being half hyperbolic and jokey. It looks worse than like cars that are like in Palestine. Like, just every bang, every bump, every has like a weird story behind it. And also she's getting sued, or should I say I'm getting sued because I pay the insurance. She's getting sued for an accident she wasn't even involved in. So that's fun. Yeah, so it's like one more thing. Like, I think some busybody got like, we're like, I saw who hit you. That's what the attorneys think.
Oh, somebody just started running their mouth.
Yeah, because none of it makes any sense. I mean, it's gonna get dismissed in discovery, but like
that's just another thing that you have to deal with.
It's just one more thing. And I said, like, I feel weird, like, oh, cry me a river about this, but it's like,
no, it's real.
It's like people are doing so much. It's like, okay, so this is what I kind of, going back into like everybody has their family stress and their family stuff. And my mom, I'm sitting there talking to my mom, she's like, how you doing? And I'm like, not good. Like, and it's the same stuff. I'm like, the whole world's falling apart. Like, personally, I am doing fine, but like everything around me is crumbling at like an accelerated rate. And I said, look, and my stepdad, who's like, he doesn't like to talk about it because he knows like it's not just me. He's not afraid of me. He's like, his kids will like bury him. And I found that out. I didn't know, because his kids, like, he was married before and he's got like a bunch of kids and they're living all over the country. And like a lot of our, like, they have legalized recreational weed in Ohio now. So a lot of us were like sitting on the back porch, him and his army of kids, just like, just smoking weed. Well, what are we going to do about dad? And like, man, like, what are we going to do about your mom? Like, how are they raising your little brother? Because my little brother's 18 now, but he's like super autistic. So he's not going to move out anytime soon. But like, he's the kind of autistic where it's kind of like, again, I'm not trying to be funny or flippant, but it's almost like a curse, because it's like, he's super autistic. Like, he's not going to be able to hold a normal job, but he's not also a savant. But he's also not like, you just clock him as like, oh, you're super autistic. So it's like, it's almost, it's like the worst of all worlds, if that makes sense. Because like,
He's going to need support.
He's going to need support, but he doesn't function like he does right off the bat. So people are like expecting him not to be, I don't want to say disabled, because autistic people aren't disabled. They just think differently.
Yeah, different brains,
like,
different ways of communicating.
But he's just like, nobody's going to be like, oh, he's just like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be like, what's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And again, I don't want to use the word disabled, but it's like having a hidden disability where people, okay, here it is. Some of my two like biggest kind of like, I'm not being afraid, but these are real things I think about when I travel to Jamaica or anywhere in the Caribbean, or when I've always wanted to go to India for the history and whatnot. I'm terrified to go to India. It's not because of the crime. It's not because of the press of humanity. It's the same thing about the Caribbean. It's because if I go there before I speak, people will think I'm Indian and they will expect things out of me. Same thing with the Caribbean. People think I'm West Indian. If I'm in Jamaica or Turks or something like that, they're like, what a bomber clot you doing? You know, what are you doing? Like, you know, like, and I'm like, I don't know. And then as soon as I start talking, they're like, oh, okay.
This guy's American.
Right. So it's like, he's going to go through that his whole life. And like, it sucks. It's like the worst of all worlds. It's just like, you're not going to like get employed by the CIA because he's not like, you know, a human. He's not a Mentat from Dune. And he's not like so autistic where people are like, oh, okay, well, I know what I'm dealing with. They're going to be like, what are you doing, you crazy person? And he's not crazy. And that's what I mean by it. That's why I worry about him. But they're just like, man, like his kids are just like, man, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about your mom and our dad? Like they are on one. And I'm like, but they don't show it around us because we're right. Like, I hate to say, like, you know, from the person who doesn't want to be right, like we're right about everything. Like you voted twice for a pedophile, you're supporting pedophiles. The price of eggs and gas has not gone down. Everything's gotten worse. Everything sucks. You know, like, looks like deployed, like getting rid, violently trying to deport exploited workers in this country, in a country that runs on exploited workers, maybe wasn't the best move for the economy.
Not great for the economy.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't give a crap about those people, like you only care about the economy. If you only care about line go up, probably smashing and crushing and stomping all over the backbone of that is not a good idea.
Yeah, and you and I know that from like honestly, because like we're not creatures. Like we know that because we have empathy for people and we understand how the world works. But the equivalent would be for somebody who doesn't have empathy to try to like, it's like if the North went to the South during like pre-Civil War and was like, hey, let's just abolish slavery and like your cotton production will be just fine. Like it'll be fine. And then like you can understand why the South would be like, no, what do you mean?
That's crazy.
Like, that doesn't work for us. And it's the same thing. Like this, it's literally the same thing because this country is built on exploited slave or near slave labor. And then we were like, hey, you know what we should do is just violently kick out that leg of the stool and then wonder why everything sucks.
And then scramble.
And like, that stuff should not happen. Our economy should not be run like that. But since it is, you know, it's like the Matrix. It's like the end of the Matrix. It's like, well, you can't just unplug everybody from the Matrix sucks. It's objectively bad. But you cannot just unplug everyone from the Matrix because it'll just be mass chaos.
I almost
slowly unplug.
You remember that scene from The Fifth Element? Because I feel like a lot of this isn't on accident either. Like this is also like part of a design. There was a scene in The Fifth Element where Gary Oldman, he plays his character Zorg, and he's talking about like, oh, look at this glass. It's sitting on the desk. It's boring.
Exactly.
And he pushes it over and it crashes. And then all these little machines come.
I'm a job creator.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's sort of like where we're at right now because we're just essentially just smashing as many things as possible and like fixing.
But why do you think it's not on accident? Because like I don't why would messing up rich people's money I mean, I guess no. I think I just answered my own question.
They've been the biggest transfer of wealth in the past 15 years from poor working people to wealthy people. I mean, even if it does seem chaotic or if there's short-term losses or whatever, then they're still winning in the long run.
And then it reinforces the ability to exploit labor because you're literally not going to be able to kick out everybody.
Yeah.
So the people that like remain, you're going to be like, hey, you're going to like even accept less.
Yeah.
Or I'm calling ICE.
Yeah.
I answered my own question.
It's disciplining the working class, and it's really making it so that, again, everybody's split up. You know, people, non-immigrant workers are looking at immigrant workers like, what the hell? You know, what are you doing? You're causing all these problems. And I mean, obviously the real, I mean, you know, this, you know, the real answer is that the boss is the problem, but
absolutely
they're just doing the sleight of hand just like they always do.
Oh, so, I say it's, you've heard me say this. Anybody who like listens to this has heard me say so many times. Like when I was a cop, they like one of the things in New Orleans for the Louisiana in the academy for the Louisiana peace officers standardized test, the post test, they teach you how to do immigration raids. And the thing that they leave out is, okay, so we're gonna like, this is how you like raid a factory and get, you know, make sure everybody has papers or whatever. And the thing that the chapter they leave out is, okay, so when do we arrest the factory owner? But like who, like, when does that happen? Because are you telling me
ridiculous?
Yeah, are you telling me all these people came from across and forgive my racist accent joke I'm about to do, but you're telling me all these people just hopped the border, came up here, and you know, because like Trump said, they're rapists and criminals. All these, you know, highly organized criminals went to workplaces all over the United States and said, "Hey, SA," and they were sticking a gun in the poor capitalist face and saying, "Hey, SA, you gonna let us work here and you're gonna pay us less than minimum wage, and there's nothing you can do about it." And he just goes, "Oh God, what can I do? I guess I have to just skirt the law and pay these people." It's like,
oh no, look at me. I have a worker that I can easily exploit, one that has less rights than the average person, and somebody that I have more leverage over than even a American, you know, person, you know, a citizen or somebody with status's work. Oh no, this is a real big problem for me, the capitalist. I'm under threat.
Crazy, dude. But it's like, yeah, your parents, and I wonder how everybody else's like right-wing parents, like if they went to the holidays with them, how it went, because it's like my parents have nothing to say. My, you know, no politic here. It was unless for the politics that I brought up. But like the dumbest guy at my work has nothing to say anymore. And it's just like, wow, like, you know, it's got to the point where, like, you know, my poor mother, like, I talked to her and we went to, my wife and I, we went to, we're in Cincinnati. So we went to Union Terminal, which is the museum center plus, has like 3 huge museums. It's huge Art Deco old train terminal. And it's still a working train station that Jerry Springer saved, by the way, before he was mayor.
Shout out to
led
Jerry
us.
Springer.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude.
R.I.P. King.
He was so lived up. But like, you know, and my mom was like, you know, I've always wanted to take a train out of there and take it back, but like, man, the trips are so expensive and so long. Like, it's so slow. And I'm like, do you want to talk about why that is? Because I can tell you exactly why the train system sucks in America. And she'd be like, it's capitalism, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, Mom, it is. She's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, well, you're going to hear it anyway. Let's talk about the train system in the United States. And it's just like stuff like that. I'm like, no, you have to sit with this. You have to feel what it's like. I am the bird box monster that's been taken over. And it's just like, no, you're going to look at it. I'm going to hold your eyes open, and we're not going to just sit here and pretend like y'all just didn't do this.
Yeah. Well, and that's sort of like another part of, like, man, it's I hate to make another sloppy like comparison, but it's almost like freaking Harry Potter or whatever, when you can't say, oh, Voldemort or
exactly
his name, you know, or whatever, because you can't actually identify the problem because it's everybody knows what the problem is, but once you
Right.
start saying what it is, then people get freaked out. They kind of have to, put a little bit of Vaseline over the lens, or they have to kind of glaze their own eyes over, or have their fingers in their ears and dull their senses, drinking beer or smoking weed or whatever it is. I'm not that I'm against
That's
those
what I
things.
do.
I know, but you got to survive. But like they do that so that they don't have to grapple with the actual problem. Because if you grapple with the actual problem, then you actually have to do anything about it. So it's way easier to put your fingers in your ears and be like, "Oh, there goes Robert."
No, it really is. No, it really is. And I'm like, that's what it is. Oh, there goes. Or no, there goes the world. Like, I don't know. And it finally kind of got to her because it's not just me and I'm like insane, but like all my stepdad's kids like have the same story. I got there's a guy, one of his sons who owns he lives in Seattle and he has like a fleet of like food trucks that only do ice cream. So like and he's like making a lot of money like comparatively, and it's like the overhead's low, and he's like he can't make rent without like 2 other roommates. And he owns like a pretty successful small business.
I'm a small business owner.
I'm like that's what I'm talking about right there, and I think it's finally getting through. I don't know about my stepdad, but like at least to my mom, I'm like, look, I have a college degree now. I have a air quote good government job that 20 years ago I would be able to put a kid through college and take 2 vacations a year. And now, if I was single, I wouldn't be able to make rent on my own. Right. I'm like, Erin has a Campbell's alphabet soup can of letters behind her name. And works a high-powered job dealing with like people's trauma all day for like no money. I'm like, what? I'm like, and we're doing well. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. What is anybody supposed to do? Like, I'm not talking about like we follow the rules, we don't do anything crazy. I'm not talking about I'm not at the track. I'm not out here like putting the rent money on hands of Texas Hold'em. I'm not even putting $20 on DraftKings anymore. I haven't watched an NFL game all season, but I'm just saying like I'm not on anything. I'm not on any drug more expensive than marijuana, which I might spend $100 every 3 months.
Right.
Like what? Like you tell me what part of this? Like if I'm not. What is a person who's like an average person, and not even an adult? What is a kid who's graduating high school? They're not Goodwill Hunting. They're not like we're talking to my little brother, not a savant, but they're not doing anything. They're just an average dude. You tell me what they're supposed to do.
Well, I mean, what are they actually supposed to do, or what are they programmed to supposed to know?
No, I'm just saying, what are they supposed to do? They don't want to be involved. They don't want to listen to Good Morning Comrade. They don't want to join the DSA. They don't want to go out and pay. They just want to live. They want to do what our grandparents did. They want to do the what's who's the comedian? I'm saying fat guy, but the Tim Dillon. I don't care about none of this. I just want to drive my Honda Accord until I die of a heart attack from eating Baconators and go to work 40 hours. What am I supposed to do? And it's like that there's not, that is gone. That is, I mean, we keep saying it's gone, but like I'm seeing it finally now. It is gone.
Well, and again, this is the kind of thing that like this is the kind of thing that when I see this happening, when you describe like what are you supposed to do, that's why they start looking for like a Jordan Peterson or whatever, or why they feel like they need to look at like my mom, who's she's retired, and like she always tells me, oh, you got to look at Dave Ramsey, this freaking guy who the whole thing is that like, oh, you have any debt that's like a moral failing on your part, you need to eliminate all debt that you have, and if you do have any debt, you need to sort of like squash it out. And this is not like me talking bad about my mother, obviously, but like this is sort of like one of those things that are on offer of like how you're supposed to live your life in light of all the stuff you're talking about. And it's just sort of like you need to, essentially he's saying you need to clean your own room. Like you have no ability to have any critique on the way things are because your stuff's too messed up. And that's what, and people actually do take that. They kind of take that information in, and they're just sort of like, well, They're right. I don't have my stuff together, so I might as well, do that before I can actually project out and do anything, anything broader and bigger.
Just a quick note on Dave
Poison.
Ramsey.
It's poison, by the way.
I drove by the Dave Ramsey like compound, like his like office plex where they sell all their scam stuff. It's in Nashville. It's like right outside of Nashville. And when we were driving by it, I was like, "What is this place that looks like it sells bombs to?" It looks like some kind of. I'm like, "There's something evil about this place," and I like Google it.
Oh yeah,
like, of course. But to your point, to that too, there's another layer of that. To where, let's say you are in a bunch of debt. Let's say you are at the track. Let's say you've got all these vices that are just siphoning, whatever resources you have. Let's say you eliminate all that and you make a bunch of money and you're debt free. Now you've got the Hassan Piker problem. They'd be like, well, you've got money.
Yeah. What do you have to complain about?
Yeah. What are you talking about? And it's like, you can't, it's just another distraction. It's another like, it's another cope. And you're already seeing it taking a couple steps back with like political bullshit. Like you see the cope of liberals and also right wingers are like, I won't say aligning, but they're converging on the same point of what we've said on this show for years. Now they're going to be like, well, that dastardly Trump, they're going to cast all the evils of the United. They're going to put literally like a scapegoat.
He's the sin eater.
All the evils of the United States on Trump, and then liberals and right wingers all together when he dies or like just finishes his term, and they're all going to go, woo, well, that was a thing that happened. Yeah. Now we can get back to the prosperity.
We did it, Patrick. We did it, Patrick. We saved the city.
Exactly. It's the tuxedo mask. Like, oh, I've saved
my job here is done.
I've done nothing. You didn't do anything. It's like, I know.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. Like, they're already converging on this bullshit.
Yeah. And it's been like that was the plan all along. Like Obama was trying to say that this was gonna like the fever, and this is why I kind of think it might not happen. But like Obama's been saying the fever is gonna break with the Republicans since like 2009. They've been, by even the Democrats' definition, like out of control, insane backlash since 2008. You know how long ago 2008 is?
Yeah.
As of tomorrow or today, as of recording, as of airing, that's 18 years ago. That's almost 20 years. So, like, if the fever hasn't broken by now, if things haven't evened out and gotten normal in that amount of time, they're not gonna get normal. We're not gonna have any eras of good feelings or, Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan drinking beers and talking about politics late in the night or any of that kind of stuff. At least not and it can't be the case because like obviously if they wanted to keep up that kayfabe, they would, because that was kayfabe then and it would be kayfabe now. But the thing is that people are actually feeling it. Like you were describing at the beginning of this show and throughout, people are actually feeling it. So the kayfabe, the act that these politicians have to do is like, oh no, things are bad. We need to start getting serious about it and start saying and doing crazy things. But the one thing that they can't do, the one thing that again, the Republicans and the Democrats always tend to unite against is actually changing stuff, actually fixing stuff. Even the social democratic Bernie Sanders solution, that is too far for them.
Too far.
Zoran Mamdani, too far for them. It's just like you can't even entertain that because it's
people who are ironically, like you named those two, and those people are ironically capitalism's only hope to like push the can down the road before it's complete societal collapse. Like I really believe that. Like that the greed of, capitalism, I guess, is why should I be surprised? It's a zero-sum game. But that, I guess, the Henry Ford of it all. And what I mean by that is Henry Ford was garbage, blah, blah, blah. Please don't cancel me. He's Nazi, blah, 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 blah.
I'm not going to cancel you for saying that.
The maxim that always stuck with me when they want to talk about Henry Ford is that he was always quoted as saying, I can't let a Ford vehicle roll off the line that the lowest paid person on the line can't afford.
Yeah.
And like that, you would think that that would be kind of the North Star of, I don't want to say like, thoughtful capital. Let's just say it should be the North Star of sustainable capitalism, right?
Which is the mythical unicorn thing. But
yeah, it is, but then also I'll get back into that. I don't think this is where I really get in trouble as a leftist. And like you and I kind of disagree. Not disagree, but you see what I'm coming from when I say things like I would like to live in when I say something like I would like to live in a world where unions wouldn't have to exist. Now that is never going to happen, but that's what we should be working towards. And what I mean by that, it's not necessarily a mythical unicorn. And I'm not saying it's fair, like a co-op or social situation is way better. But I think about one of the, first forms of like Western democracy were, and for a small time that was a pirate captain, right? Like piracy was, that we think about like, Jack Sparrow and all that, and Blackbeard, that didn't exist for very long. But what it did do, like, there was a lot of democracy and a lot of profit sharing going on. What I mean by that, the captain just couldn't dictate.
No, because you throw him overboard.
Exactly. He had to be like, what do you boys think about this?
Yeah.
Are we going to raid this or not? And everybody had, or at least a majority had to agree. And then when they divided up the plunder, it wasn't, it was 3 shares for the captain for every 1 share for the crew, but it wasn't 30 shares.
Right. Or 3,000.
And it's just like, yeah, because as much as I would sit here and I want to believe, and I think there should be a dictatorship of the proletariat and all that, gay space communism forever. I'm also understand that like people would not be this riled up. They would not. People on full stomachs do not fight.
Yeah.
If Jeff Bezos wants a castle in the sky and a bunker to the center of the earth, but your average like worker at Amazon has a 2-car garage home and he's working 40 hours a week, he's not going to care. I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, cool, like good for him. I'm like, I'm working here and I'm just fine. I wouldn't go. So this would not be one of my special interests if wealth inequality was not as bad as it is. I can say that straight up. It still is the correct position, but that's why I kind of think in my head of just like, what does the normal guy do?
Yeah.
Who's just like, I don't even want to be involved in this. I want to watch the game on Sunday.
That's the thing.
And that guy is flipping out right now.
There's been like a recalculation by like the ruling classes that of like it's trying to see what we would put up with. And what they've essentially done is they've moved the slider, like the cost slider up on food, and they've moved it down on like treats. Like you have a freaking Steam sale where you have 50 million games that are $5. I'm in there. I'm cashing in.
I used to work in an appliance store that went out of business because they went too hard. They overstretched themselves. H. Gregg. I used to make, it was a commission job. I used to make $3,000 like every 2 weeks. So $1,500 a week just selling TVs, bro. That's how the profit margin was. And exactly what you're saying is now you can't get somebody to pay more than $200 for a
the price of TVs.
It's insane. It's insane.
And but I do think it is possibly going to swing back. At least on some of the hardware type stuff. We're already seeing it when it comes to like computers, like memory and like video cards. Like they're talking about like $4,000 or $5,000 for a 5090 video card now.
Absolutely drunk
because of this like AI crap.
Absolutely
that
drunk.
They're just like using as the new speculative bubble and all of this, attention and public funding. Not just that, public funding is going towards production of these data centers that is just gonna. I mean. Maybe they'll be used for AI or maybe they'll be used for something else, but they're definitely being built right now as they're constructed. But like the selling point, the marketing behind it is AI.
And how that's real, 100% real. It's not a scare. It's not, YouTube
Gotta do
clickbait.
Can I do real fast? 102.3
Yeah.
to WHIV New Orleans 102.3. Go ahead.
But how you know that's not like YouTube clickbait? What you're saying, the whole like, oh, there's no RAM, there's no GPUs. The whole thing is that Jeff and I are super dorks. We're middle-aged men who play video games. Video game publishers are saying, and no, video game developers and publishers are saying, man, we've got to optimize our games better.
Oh yeah,
because we have to make them work on older hardware.
Yeah.
To where that was not a thing. It was if you don't have, oh, here's our new game. If your computer can't run it, go buy another one.
Yeah.
That's what it was not 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And
now
they're
like,
that's not affordable anymore.
Yeah.
And you've seen even, and again, this is what I'm saying, is that treat slider is kind of creeping back up in the cost section. I mean, what was it last year? Where both the cost of existing consoles, the PlayStation and the Xbox, went up, which never happens. They usually get cheaper as time goes on, but they went up because the cost of materials went up. Valve, the people who have Steam, the Steam Deck, all this other stuff, they announced all this hardware where they're going to have like a, affordable, according to them, video game machine, and they didn't announce the cost. And then the next thing you know, the price of RAM spikes, and it's just like, oh, we're still not going to tell you what the cost of this thing's going to be. You're muted.
My mic just dies for,
yeah.
I think I need a mixer, but no, and they're saying Valve is saying like 700. That's what I've heard, like speculative pricing. That sounds cheap right now.
Yeah,
but it's thinking I don't have the money, but if I did have the money, I'd be trying to buy some video cards. I'm about to take my video card apart in my computer and just thermal paste the chip again.
We're gonna have to have people just like we have, mechanics, and just like you have mechanics in Cuba. We're gonna have like people just good at soldering that can just like Frankenstein video cards to keep them together or something.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
On chips.
No, that's a thing. Like, I've even, and everybody's trying to come up with, 3-4 different side hustles. I just started a business. Like I have a website for it that I just went. It's not live yet. It's got to like the crawlers have got to find it. But like before we started recording, that to take people's old hardware, like clean it, sell it if they want, and then sell it if they want and get a commission, but if they want it just like cleaned and repaired, I can do that and then just send it back to them. Because like, who can afford to buy anything? Like, you can't. I think you're gonna see, like you said, in the short term,
marketplace about to be popping off.
Yeah, no, 100%. It already is. Like people are playing, just to keep it in the video game space. People are playing like older video games. People are playing less graphically intense video games. Like this has been, that has been, to people talk about recession indicators. For people who don't play video games. So one of the places that you play video games online and like keeps all your video games, like it's a store, Steam, if you don't know about it. Well, anyway, they do a hardware survey every year, and like 60 to 70% of people are like gaming with 5-year-old or older hardware. Mm-hmm. And because they're just like, there's just no point. Like there's no point in buying anything new. Like that's a super recession indicator right there. Like not a recession. We're in a depression. Mm-hmm. We're in a straight, like this is a depression. Like you can't find, like, tell me what it is when like you can't afford to leave your job. You can't find a job. You can't buy anything new. Like people, like food pantries are out of food. Like this is a depression. Like this was always going to happen. And we always knew, like, I don't know. We always talked about it happening, but now that it's here, like it's really freaking me out. Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, we didn't want this to happen. We just knew it would happen. We're not thrilled about it. It actually sucks,
No, it sucks a lot. It sucks a lot. It's not, there's no bootstraps to pull yourself up from. There's no nothing. Like I don't have any answers. I don't know what the older people are doing, and I definitely don't know what younger people are doing. I don't know what to tell them at all. But I mean, how's it going with like labor organizing? Have you at least seen a spike with that?
I mean, my last couple campaigns were successful, but I mean, as far as like, new stuff, and I don't want to get super into particulars, but I am starting on a new campaign, in the new year. That is really exciting. I'll be traveling a little bit more around the country, so you might be seeing me on this show from hotel rooms
Nice.
a little bit more frequently, and hopefully the connection's not so jacked up. But it's good, and at least along with that, the cost of travel, at least I don't have to pay for that.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm
Speaking
actually going to Cincinnati next week.
Oh yeah, it is
northern Kentucky more so, but like I'm flying into Cincinnati.
Yeah. That's the same thing, dude. Northern Kentucky is just Cincinnati's Tijuana. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
there's no difference. There's even a sign. What's that?
Tijuana.
Yeah, shout out to Tijuana for real. That's not out. No, there's even a sign on near like one of the breweries. It's not Sam. It's near Sam Adams, but it's not on it. But anyway, there's a mural that says like "Welcome to Cincinnati," the San Diego of the Midwest. And I'm like, that's so accurate. That's so accurate. Like Cincinnati's just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. And then when you get bored of it, you can just walk across the bridge to Cincinnati's Tijuana, which is coming to Kentucky. It's no difference. Is our mutual acquaintance who used to work for the DSA are they still like chair of the Cincy DSA or whatever?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember their name. They were short. It was like she was short and had like kind of curly hair. I can't remember her name, but don't worry about it.
Let's off air that conversation. But
yeah, I figured you'd know her.
I'm maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure who you're talking about just based off of that. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, you have to hit me your ex because I don't know anything about that.
Oh, sure do. And like, yeah, I have an ex-girlfriend up there who's real cool too. Like I was hanging out with her. My wife and I were. She like knows all the fun stuff. So I will get you in touch.
Give me the Rex.
Speaking of travel, I went to on the way back. We didn't stop because usually we'll stop in Nashville.
Yeah,
and like Nashville's fine. It is what it is. It's like I've called it America Planet. Like if there was it would be like a level in a video game where you go to like America Planet, or it would be a place in Cowboy Bebop where they'd have to like find a bounty or whatever. Like it would be. It just looks like Kid Rock Planet. Yeah. I like it. It's fine. But for the first time ever on the way back, we stopped in Memphis. And I like Memphis a lot more. I know it's like the most dangerous city in the United States. Many reasons for that. Capitalism,
mostly poverty,
capitalism at the top. Number one. Prices are affordable. They've got their own, trashy Bourbon Street, which is Beale Street.
Also home of some of the best wrestling in history.
Did not go to the Jerry the King Lawler bar and grill. I did make a TikTok outside and it said, "Hey, just so you know, this man's a rapist." So will not be going in there. You didn't
want to go for the memes?
No, I'm not going in there. I'm not spending any money in there. That's crazy. I'm not getting any of his franchise, whatever his licensing fee in there. Even though I'm sure there's some bomb like display in a corner like for Andy Kaufman, because that's what I'd want to see. Like that'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
But the thing I like, and like I love New Orleans, but I feel like I love New Orleans. I moved here for a reason, but I feel like in a lot of ways, New Orleans caters way too much to tourists to where Memphis does not care. Like I just the things like, the Lorraine Motel where Martin Luther King was assassinated is like right in the heart of downtown next to the, where the Grizzlies play, like next to Beale Street. All the murals are about like civil rights stuff, pain, racial inequality,
it's one of them frontline cities. It's one of them frontline cities historically. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. And what I mean by it, it's like, so it's a city that says, there was a lot of like terribleness that happened here, and we're not trying to brush it under the rug. Like you're gonna have to sit with that. Like if you wanna like go to Beale Street and have a big ass beer, like you're gonna have to look at a mural of like MLK. Like
that's cool.
You're just going to have to. Like there's no way. Or you're gonna have to look at a mural of a bunch of people like protesting. And it says "I'm a man." Like we're not gonna like hide it from you. That's and I'm awesome. Like, yeah, good. I'm like, good. That's how, because you could feel like the whole place feels like super heavy, It felt like it's super heavy. I love like the old architecture. Like it's a lot like New Orleans, where it's like they kept like a lot of the rundown Rust Belt facades on businesses. So when you like go into it, like a bar outside would look like, oh, this is a great place to get murdered. And you go in there, it's going to be like the best old fashioned you've ever had with like a professional bartender and in a leather apron.
Yeah, it wears its identity on its sleeve. I mean, it's like not making no jokes. It's not putting a coat of paint over it or hiding you with any kind of BS. It's not hiding behind its own self. That's kind of cool. It's got its own self-confidence, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And for being the Music City, as they call themselves.
Yeah.
Like, where does real good music come from? But gripping with your own trauma, torture, reality. I mean, like that's awesome. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not that all the stuff happened, but I mean, you can actually take that and make something.
No, 100%. And compare it to Nashville, to where like again,
that's got the coat of paint.
I like Nashville, but it's just like a cartoon. It's not like a lived-in place. Yeah. It's just not, and it's day, and I don't want to Memphis is super dangerous. Like it completely is. And I don't want to knock it. I don't want to sit here and pretend that it's not, through every moment in my head when we when we wouldn't be like kind of in the touristy place, like a couple blocks, like every Project Pat, every 3 6 Mafia song just kept playing in my head, like over and over again. And it's like, but if you're not going to honestly, like it's the same rules apply anywhere. Like stay where the tourists stay. If you're not going to like Orange Mound, you're not going to like the Brian Fraser projects, so it's like, you're going to be all right. Just mind your business. Go drink your big novelty beer, and I guess go go get some terrible barbecue at Jerry Lawler's restaurant, which I have no idea if it's bad or not. But I'm not going in there.
I'm sure that there are better barbecue places in Memphis than
it's like right on Beale, so it can't be good. Let's be real.
It's the Times Square of Beale.
Yeah, exactly. I tell you what though, boy, if I lived in Memphis, my blood feud, because I learned the FedEx headquarters is there. It's the FedEx World headquarters is like it's like across the street from like where the Grizzlies play too, like right off of Beale. Ooh, I'm sure they get this all the time. Every time I get something shipped by FedEx, I'm like, well, that's a wrap. They just never, when I die, I just need like FedEx to lower me and into my plot so they can let me down one more time. It's like the way when they would screw up my package, if I lived in Memphis, I'd be going to the headquarters, just beating that door down.
You're tearing it up
every time.
I mean, that's what you get. You get the non-union delivery. You get the non-union service. That's what it is.
I mean, yeah, but as a consumer, you don't have a choice in that. Like you're getting it shipped however they want to ship it to you. And every time I see FedEx, it's like I just saw it's like, oh, it'll be shipped by FedEx in 2 days. I'm like, that's the Grim Reaper. Mm-hmm. It might be there in a week.
Hopefully, I get it. Yeah,
it's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad. So I mean, I spent a lot of time talking about me. We got like 15 minutes left. What dark hells did you unwrap?
I mean, I've been a little bit lucky. I mean, well, I will say this: it's not like a dark hell, but it was a little bit disappointing with Christmas. So, my mom and Kimberly's mom were planning on coming down here, and then they ended up flaking at the last minute. So it was kind of just me and Kimberly hanging out mostly. It was cool, but that's basically it for that. Just kind of been keeping it together, down here. I had a significant period of time off because I took an extra campaign right before Christmas. So I've been off probably since the 18th. So I'm working on like 2 weeks off right now, basically a full vacation. So that's pretty cool. And that's, like I said before, I got the new campaign popping up, going the next the next year, and I'll tell you about that later. But beyond that, I mean, I've just been, watching TV. I played Dispatch last night. I thought that was a pretty fun game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you heard about it. It's basically a TV show that's got like gameplay elements.
Okay.
And
no, I have not heard of this.
It was like one of the top games of the year, but like it's essentially the gameplay part of it is you're a dispatcher and you like have this roster of superheroes, and you have a cat caught in a tree over there, dispatch this one superhero over there. Or you got a kaiju terrorizing downtown. You send, one or multiple of them over here, and you're just sort of like doing like management of resources or whatever. It's basically just like a gameplay piece to hold together, just sort of like a, like a 8 episode story of.
So it's Telltale. It's a Telltale thing.
Yeah, it's Telltale game. Yeah.
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
which I'm not saying as a knock. I like those kind of things for when I want them. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a thing I would play.
It was basically like watching a TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, it was like watching a TV series, and I just like binged the whole thing in one day. They released it actually in like chunks. They released like episode 1 and 2 one week, and episode 3 and 4 the next week. So it was kind of like they kind of tried to make it like it was the Stranger Things or whatever, or the Heated Rivalries or whatever show was out at the time. It's just a video game format instead. I thought it was pretty fun.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks like it's got a bunch of Telltale like alumni.
Yeah,
it's got some people from. It's got the dude from Critical Role.
Yeah,
it looks like it's got Moist Criticals doing the.
He does one of the voices. Yeah,
Young Gravy. All right,
a couple streamers. Yeah.
This looks like something I would definitely buy on a Steam sale for sure. Because I was actually going to buy the Star Trek Steam game. I'm not Steam game. The Star Trek like visual novel thing that is down to like $7 on Steam. Because I'm still playing Arc Raiders, but I'm also that's how you know I'm down bad. I re-downloaded Star Trek Online, which is an objectively awful game. Just to so I could create a character and sit in Deep Space Nine and hang out. That's all I want. That's all I want. Somewhere. Yeah, treat it like Second Life.
But like, but Dispatch was a fun story. Like, it's on sale right now for like 10% off on Steam. Like if you got $25, it's not the worst $25 you could spend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not an advertisement, but that's sort of like what I've been messing with. That plus trying to get Zangief up to Diamond in Street Fighter 6.
Nice. Yeah, I have to find something else to do besides play Arc Raiders, because Arc Raiders is nice, but like it's just like I just don't need the stress all the time. That's why I'm hoping like Star Trek Online can fill that void for me. But Cincinnati, man, like I really am interested in your takes, because it's such a crossroads. It's such like when you go up there, you're gonna see it's such a crossroads. It's like the Istanbul is Constantinople. It's the Constantinople of America, because it's like inside this like little tiny Midwest city.
Mm-hmm.
You've had multiple race riots, all big city problems that are, at the end of the day are all caused by capitalism. So, and then you've got like outside of that, and like a little bit of circle, you've got like the libbed up suburbs. And then if you go a little bit further than that, now you're in the right wing suburbs, but now like the element that these people kind of white flighted from is like encroaching in on them. And what I mean by that, I mean that in the best way, because, okay, so there's always been like a really big Indian population in Cincinnati because of UC Medical. But now there's like a ton of immigrants. I mean, I went, and this isn't even in the city. This is in the suburbs, like near my, like within a 5-minute drive from my mom's house. There were like a million zillion like halal grocers. We stopped at one grocery store. They're literally parodying it's a parody of Whole Foods. It says halal foods. It's in the same font and everything. So gangster.
That's hilarious.
We were in there buying all kinds of stuff. We ate at
but your lamb is good.
We end up eating at a Uzbekistan restaurant. That again, 5-minute drive.
Herman Cain would say Becky Stan.
Becky Stan. 5 minutes away. You go, from my mom's house. You go in there, and it's just outside is already a show, because there's just a line of just BMWs of guys just like Slavic squatting, holding whole conversations in front of their European cars.
That's awesome.
And then you go in there, it's open 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you go in there and it's just like the most fire, Uzbek food. We got it on Christmas Day because like my mom and her husband do all the Christmas stuff like the day before. Mm-hmm. And then Christmas Day they don't do anything, which I really like that.
That's the way to do it.
And so we went and got that on Christmas, like my wife and I. And then she's like, man, it's so crazy to have an Uzbekistan restaurant like in the, Ohio suburbs of Cincinnati. She's like, let me Google this. And she Googles it. It's like top 10, not like, oh, this is Uzbekistan restaurant. Top 10 Uzbekistan restaurants in Cincinnati. Okay. I'm like, yo. So not even just like, oh, here are the 10. Here are the top 10. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, these people out in these suburbs, they got to be mad. Like this is the kind of stuff they try to get away from, and now they're just confronted with culture and good food.
Yeah,
they got to be pressed out there.
And that's the kind of stuff that does, to a certain extent, make me nervous because, like, you see what's going on in Minneapolis right now or Minnesota with Somalis, where they're just like talking like, oh, Somalis are doing fraud and they're just causing all these problems or whatever. It's like that they're like they have these, populations that are coming in and they're doing what any group of people would do, which was live their lives and spread their culture just like anybody else. And right now in the United States, it's been I can't remember a time where it was more like open season on these sort of groups. Like, I mean, if you remember in Springfield, Ohio, they talked about the other year, oh, they're eating cats and dogs, like literally shouting about this, and just like they've like obviously like it's all BS and none of it's true, but like because and again, this is the ruling class sleight of hand that they're doing, and they're doing the hard sell on it. It's just terrifying to me, the possibility that people are gonna start to lap that up because they know stuff's wrong with themselves. They know stuff's wrong with their lives. They know that they're screwed. The price of all, and again, even the cost of treats is going up right now. The cost of food and the cost of treats is going up, so you can't even have your fun. And so again, they could have two choices. They could literally do the choice of socialism or barbarism, right? We can decide that, hey, all workers together are stronger and the boss is the enemy. Or you can be like, oh, look at all these Becky, Stan people that have come in with all their terrifying food restaurants, all these terrifying, delicious food. Right. And it's just way easier to hate them than it is to actually like grapple with the reality that you're getting screwed over by your
it's just easier to punch down. Yeah, it's lazy to punch down at people with no power. Mm-hmm. It's just I mean that's then and what are we if Americans, if not just a collection of just the laziest people on earth who will not punch up and take power back from the people who actually took it from you. Yeah, what are we if we're not?
I mean, that's the challenge. I mean, just gotta make it. Gotta make it so that correct analysis is the one that's made, and not the BS one.
Yeah,
and that comes through. I mean, again, there's the stuff that we talk about on the show every time, every single day.
Capitalism is the final boss. It holds all the keys. It's behind all the doors. There's no way around it.
And the workers are the one with the power, but there's always it's always obscured by the fact that the flash and the glamour and the of the capitalists. So there you go. So I guess in the last 5 minutes, looking towards 2026, what are you thinking in terms of, could this year possibly be worse than 2025?
Oh, absolutely.
And when you look ahead to 2026,
I mean, it could be a lot worse, but like there are little signs that like I'm not the things that I worry about.
Is my thing, Like
I worry about what comes next. I really don't worry about like, oh, the Trump because again, that's just a smokescreen. The things that brings me joy are the little things, and when I mean the little things, I mean the micro things. It's like I want to see what the Democratic Party's doing, like how Kamala Harris is already putting feelers out there to run, and how she's just been immediately snapped back on.
So awesome.
And when you see like what I really have a lot of hope in, and I'll end with this, is that Jasmine Crockett, the way that like she's gonna run for Senate, like the way the snapback already is, like we do not support anybody who supports Israeli genocide.
Which she absolutely
Senate. We're not doing that. We're
even
like,
if you are like Miss Clapback, like calling
nope, not
Greg
playing it.
Hot Wheels or whatever.
So I hope she does run for Senate. I hope she gets smacked down by the actual left, which is happening right now. I hope she gets mollywopped in whatever election, and that sends a very clear message to Mrs. Harris to just go wander with Hillary in the woods and never darken my door ever again.
Yeah. That and there was another, we talked about a little bit this on, you aren't here, but we also talked about how the Democrats, because they're so cool, they decided to do kind of an autopsy on what happened in 2016 of why they lost the election, and they just decided like, actually, let's not release this or show it to anybody. Let's just like bury it in, like throw it into a volcano.
Literally telling their pollsters, stop talking about Palestine. Don't even give us any information about what people think about Palestine.
Sending Bill Clinton to Dearborn, Michigan to lecture them about, say like, what this is why kids don't know anything about history of the Middle East or whatever the hell.
It's so gross, dude.
Insane, dog.
Yeah,
it is insane. So like, and again, you know, the more I say this over and over again, and you know, like the fascists, there's no way the right wing would be able to get away with any of the stuff that they did if there was actually some kind of alternative pushing against what they're doing. The only way that they can do any of this stuff, because most people don't actually like it, is if the alternative is worse. And the Democratic constantly find a way.
The only moment of time Bill Clinton's ever been concerned about is the moment that finding a young girl the moment before she turns 18 so he can show his bird to her. That's come on. I who's listening? Brother, I don't know about you, but I'm not taking any kind of history lessons from pedophiles, dude.
No,
I'm good.
Not even on the history of pedophilia.
No, not even. We can get that somewhere else. I get that from AI or something. If I need that for a college paper or something, I have to have it. Yeah, but I'm not unlocking that door.
All right. Well, what a note to end it on, and what a note to start 2026, where we are going to hit 7 years of Good Morning Comrade in May, I believe. So that's kind of awesome too. So shout out to 7 years of GMC, keeping it rolling. Yeah, man. Thanks everybody for listening. Anything else you want to say, Robert, before we get out?
That's pretty much it. Everybody have a good New Year. Be safe.
Yeah, try and
if you're listening to this recorded pre-New Year, I guess you made it, so you don't have to be safe anymore. I don't know.
That song from what is the Mountain Goats, the I Am Gonna Make It Through This Year If It Kills Me, just kind of like hits me, I don't know, for some reason this time of year. Well, anyway, thank you everybody for listening. This has been Good Morning Comrade. You can listening on WHIVLP New Orleans 102.3. We love you. Bye.